These moments we're left with, may you always remember. These moments are shared by you.
We come together today to celebrate this memorial. And I think there's no better way to celebrate Zack's life than to dedicate not only this memorial, but to also share Zack's spirit in reflecting on his Zen of Zack principles so many years, 4 years after they first were brought to us. And so today we come together in love, and where there is love, there is life. So it is an honor to share this moment with all of you. And at this time we'll start the dedication.
First Zen of Zack, as you know, is take life one day at a time and live in the present. And the key there is enjoy the present, enjoy the moment. Don't worry about the past and don't worry about the future. And one of the things I think Zack's biggest traits that he got from living in the moment was Zack's spirit of competition. We would play foosball games downstairs and it would never be best of 3 or best of 5 or best of 7. It would always be that game right there. That's what mattered. Zack has truly passed that on to me. It's always tough because Mom always tries to say, what are you doing next weekend? Or what are you doing 2 weeks from now? Couldn't possibly tell you. I can't plan that far ahead. And I went to, my buddy's bachelor party was in Atlantic City a couple weeks ago, and we played roulette. And roulette truly exemplifies living in the present because no matter what the odds were before or what the odds are in the future, once that ball gets spinning around, that's all that matters. And I was down there and I played one number over and over and over again. My buddy says, you know, statistically, that's not a good way to play roulette. And I just smiled and said to him, you know, more often than not, 35 is always a winner.
As a teacher, sometimes it's difficult with 50 little kids demanding my attention all the time. And unfortunately, often the good kids, the quiet kids, the kids that are doing what they're supposed to do, don't often get my attention. And sometimes when I go home at the end of the day, I feel bad because the good kids don't know that I appreciate them as much as I do. So every now and then I'll leave little notes on their desk and tell them how much I appreciate them. And when I do this, I think that Zack's message gets passed on a little bit further. We carry those good karmas with us. All of us do. Zack taught us to be better people. And every smile or note or kind word that we give to someone else, we send out a little piece of Zack into the world. And just remember that the next time that you show appreciation to someone, that your smile is also a little bit of Zack's smile too.
Over the years, we watched you grow in purpose as a big brother to Dave, to your sisters, to your many cousins, and also to our daughter Diane. Your friendly smile, your welcoming presence, not to mention your emerging coolness, put kids at ease right away. You became a teacher to each of us, demonstrating how to find purpose in adversity and modeling how to give a day meaning. So maybe it's raining today for a reason. Life certainly has its puddles and downpours, and we should not expect it to be otherwise. We all miss you, Zack. From your own words, we could sit around and feel sorry for ourselves, but then we will have forgotten your lessons. Accept your purpose in the present, in the here and now, and make every day count.
And really drove home the idea of spending time each day reflecting and actually sitting down and making time to talk to God and make that connection. And I had always been, I guess, a casual Christian where I would talk to God when I ran or when I was in the shower or when I was driving. And what I've learned from this is taking the time to actually make a conscious effort and to try and get that connection. And it just always reminds me of Zack. And you hear this voice, and sometimes to me it's Zack.
Allie was about to turn the big 3-0, and of course Zack wanted it to be very special for her. However, it was also at a point in time when Zack was moving and communicating with great difficulty. But we clearly got his message that, despite the obstacles and challenges, he very much wanted to shop for Allie. He was reaching out to us for help and support. As we finished putting the bow on top of the basket, he looked at us and very clearly and most genuinely said, "You guys make me so happy. It was a moment that none of us will ever forget. His heartfelt words were a warm, gentle, loving reminder for all of us that it's okay to reach out to others for help and support. But most of all, that one small, simple gesture of kindness can mean the world to another and make them so happy.
Each one of you are a very special person, and Zack knew that, and you made his life, as short as it was, a very special one.
It was difficult for us to see his strong, athletic body covered with the black and blue marks and the bruises, and his head was a road map of scars. The surgeries and the medicines and the steroids changed Zack's appearance, but they didn't change Zack. Inside, he was still that handsome Zack. The Zack who could laugh at life and laugh at himself. The Zack who had a very strong sense of who he was and how he wanted to be remembered. The lesson we learned from him is this: we shouldn't turn away from those who are suffering, but we should value and love that inside person and offer them the affirmation that we all need. Zack was so special to us. He was the first person who ever called us Grandma and Grandpa. He filled our hearts with joy, and we were so proud of him. For all of his life, his very short life, Zack was a beautiful person.
I read the chapter that the thing's in, and I thought, he included that, hyperrocotic, what is that thing called? The chamber that he had to use, yeah, whatever, the pressure chamber. I didn't understand it when he was going into it, but he hated it. He absolutely hated it. So why would he include that in the chapter of maintain a sense of humor? I gave it some thought, and what he's talking about is overall not only to find humor, but find the good. Humor is good in a bad situation. If you read to the end of that, he brought up that how close he got to his grandpa by taking him to this chamber all the time, and his other drivers. He felt so much closer to them because of what he learned just going to this bad experience for him. And we all have bad experiences daily, weekly in our lives, but if you really step back when it is tough and look at it, there's something funny there. There's something that'll make you smile, or there's something good you can take out of it.
I don't think the Zen about learning, however, would have appeared in this book had it not been for his experience at Sunstone. In February of '05, he went to the cancer retreat in Sunstone in Arizona, and that's where he met Norma, who he talked about, because she taught him that you thank everybody for being your teacher. And Zack certainly was he was not a teacher by profession, but he taught us by example how to live passionately and how to die courageously. Though he lived far too short a time, his playful zest for life, the gusto with which he embraced adventure, family and friends, and his indomitable spirit in the face of a debilitating disease touched the hearts of so many. In his words, it's not the end, but a new beginning.
Zack writes, I do not refer to material possessions or wealth when I refer to one's lasting legacy, but rather the impact we leave in the minds and the hearts of others. A pebble tossed into the water sinks from view, but sends out ripples that reverberate long after it has disappeared. Those who have walked this earth also have the potential to create a ripple effect on the sea of humanity. Zack reminds us, remember, no matter what lies ahead, you are not alone. Zen of Zack 9 is also Zack's personal gift to us. He suggests that we reflect upon our own lives and search for ways that we can too touch the hearts and the minds of others. In doing so, we can establish our own legacy and fulfill our own purpose in life.